Welcome back to the Dr. Damon Builds channel, where we do everything that is considered a hobby. Now, I have a lot of hobbies because I have ADHD. In today's video, I'm going to demonstrate how you can install Kali Linux on a Raspberry Pi with a built-in touchscreen. Now, disclaimer for any of this, do not try and go out and hack something with this Kali Linux device, as anything you will do outside of your home is illegal. So please only do this inside of a closed virtual environment so that you can play around and experiment with it without getting in trouble. All right, so the first step is you want to get the Raspberry Pi and the touchscreen kit. I will have all the links down in the description below, but Kumon makes this great kit, comes with a plastic case and a touchscreen, and is very, very cheap. Do this whole project before filming this video because there was a lot of bugs I experienced, and this video is going to show you the way I installed it with no issues. Here is my current Raspberry Pi setup for Kali Linux. I have this keyboard that uses a USB to plug into, so plug this into the Raspberry Pi and you have a wireless keyboard. I have a bunch of flash drives for anything that I need. I have a plug so that I can plug it into a wall outlet, and I have a USB charger, so if I want to go mobile, all you got to do is get an external charging thing to plug it in, and you're good to go. Got an Ethernet cable, so if I want to plug it into my home internet, I can do that. Here I have these two alpha Wi-Fi cards, which allow me to scan networks both on the 2.5 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz bands. Okay, so basically what I'm doing is going to be installing this screen here. I got a whole new case and screen, and I'm going to be getting this to work with Kali Linux on this Raspberry Pi. So let's get started with this build. Now all we gotta do is plug this into the internet using our Ethernet cable and plugging the power in and installing everything that we need to activate the screen with Kali Linux. So the first thing you want to do is plug in your internet cable to your router or any internet source that you have, and then you want to plug in the power. Obviously when you boot this up, it is not going to work because you have not installed the drivers necessary to launch the screen with Kali Linux. So on your first boot, it's just going to be blank. And we're going to move over to my computer to finish the rest of the steps. Alright, so once you've completed your build of the Raspberry Pi with the built-in screen, you're going to need a micro SD card. I use one of these SanDisk 32GB SD cards because you'll probably want to install some programs on Kali Linux, so this is what I have to install Kali Linux on. And I would get one of these SD card USB readers so you can plug it into your PC, and you can use it for both large SD cards from cameras and micro SD cards. So the first step is going to the Kali Linux website to get the operating system. So this is the website you're going to want to go to get your Kali Linux operating system for your Raspberry Pi. When you go to this website, you're going to want to go to the ARM section. You're going to want to download this Raspberry Pi 32-bit download. I did actually try the 64-bit download and ran into issues where the screen did not work, but you could potentially try the 64-bit installation if you want to with the steps I'm about to provide to get the screen working. All right, once you have downloaded the Raspberry Pi OS, you can insert your little micro SD card, and you're going to want to format it. You'll press the format disk once it's inserted, and you're going to want to do the exFAT format here. Keep the capacity normal, allocation unit normal, and press start. This will format the disk for your Raspberry Pi and Kali Linux operating system. Once you're done formatting the disk, you can close it. And when you download the Kali Linux operating system, you will need something like 7-zip to open it. So here is the Kali Linux zip file. You're going to want to extract it with WinRAR or WinZip. And I'm just going to extract it to my desktop here. It may take a while to do so, so bear with me real quick. All right, once you have your operating system extracted, it will look like this: Kali Linux 2023, Raspberry Pi, ARMFH. You're going to want to download software called Etcher. This will essentially flash the image to your micro SD card, and when you plug it into your Raspberry Pi, it'll boot up. So we're going to flash from the file here, from Kali Linux, open, select our target, the SD card, and flash. This may take us... Not sure what that error is going to be, but we'll find out later. This may take a minute to flash. It says about 15 minutes. So once this process is completed, you're going to want to take out your micro SD card and plug it into your Raspberry Pi. Now make sure with that Raspberry Pi you have a screen plugged into it, because you're going to want to have that boot up first and then integrate and install your screen drivers, which I will show you once this is complete. Now, I am done installing the operating system on here, so basically what you want to do is take this out and insert it into the Pi. All right, once you've inserted your card, you're going to want to put the power supply in, and the boot up sequence will look a little something like this. All right, once you plug in your Raspberry Pi after installing the Kali Linux software, this is the screen that you're going to see. And I'm going to connect my keyboard here so I can finish the installation process. Basically, you're going to let this boot up, and it's going to show you the Kali Linux login screen and operating system. This is not just a command line tool. This has a full-blown UI interface. Alright, now here is your boot up screen to log into Kali Linux. The username is Kali, and the password is Kali. And the first thing you're going to want to do is go over to the command line. I'm sorry if my screen kind of flickers. The Raspberry Pi is kind of wonky on that right now. Alright, and the first command you're going to want to type in is sudo Kali pi-tft-config. This will open up the touchscreen interface configuration menu, and first thing we're going to do is go to setup display. Now, it took me a little while to figure out which screen I was actually using. The one that you get with the Kumon kit is actually the Waveshare 3.5A touchscreen. So when you're installing it, press the enter and rotate by either 90 or 270 degrees. I'm going to attempt 90 this time. Last time I did 270 and the touchscreen was completely flipped when I was touching it. So we're going to try 90 degrees, install, and it will install all the packages you need to use the screen. All right, now the setup is complete. All you got to do is press OK. Go down to the finish button, and I'm just going to say no for now. I'm going to do this. I am going to go and do the reboot command. Hit enter, and it should reboot. And when you reboot it, the screen should activate if you completed all the steps properly. If you have any issues, I can do my best to work them out. Please join, if you can, the Discord, or if not, just put it in the comment section and I will see what I can do. All right, we have restarted the system here, and it should reboot here as well as rebooting on the screen. All right, and as you can see, we did all the steps correctly, and now we can log in using this mini screen. Now, you're not going to be able to use the HDMI cable here. All you got to do is log in like before, Kali, and Kali, and you'll be able to log into the device. And now you have your very own mobile Kali Linux station. Now, I'm going to see if the touchscreen works now. Last time when I had the screen flipped at 270 degrees, all of the push commands were kind of flipped. So let's see how it does. All right, looks like the touchscreen is actually on par. So if you flip it 90 degrees instead of 270 degrees, your mouse cursor will not be flipped. All right, thanks for watching this guide on how to create your own mini portable Kali Linux computer. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll continue to do some fun hobby stuff. I am not going to teach you guys how to use this thing. That is something for you to go discover on your own in a closed environment. I am just here to show you some of the cool little hobby things that I do. And I will catch you guys in the next video.